So, assalamu alaikum and hello to Dr. Siza and everyone else that's watching this video. A brief introduction on me. My name is Nick Aladiana with the matric number 2225630, and today I will be doing a reflective speech for my intro to sociology class. So I have picked out 3 questions for me to answer, and yeah, let's get right into it. So the first question is, what is the difference between me before and after enrolling in this introduction to sociology class? So before I was enrolled in the introduction to sociology class, at the time I felt like the subject was merely focused on different societies, cultures, and ways of doing things. What I failed to realize, however, is how deeper it actually went. Like, it's more detailed than what I had thought. Example, we learn about different theories from Emile Durkheim to Karl Marx, and we also learn about the meaning of culture, the different types of culture, and the more stuff below culture itself. Culture is not just culture, but under culture there's different types of culture, and it goes even more deeper and deeper. Overall, sociology basically aims to understand all the different types of people from different countries and all different types of situations. And I think before I enrolled into this class, I think I had a more of a me and I type of mindset rather than a we and us type of thinking. So I was more focused on my own goals and needs. Like, sure, I did care about others, but it never really extended beyond that. Instead, if someone had a problem or an issue, I would listen, I would let them vent to me and I would listen, but I never really extended a hand more than that, because in my mind it's something that the person themselves has to deal with. And later on, I realized that instead of seeing it from a more personal matter, I should shift my view to a more societal way of thinking. Doing so has taught me to be more empathetic and also understanding of different types of people and their situation. Besides that, I am also more of a reserved and shy person. So hence, I don't really do well in group settings, but thanks to this group assignment in this subject, which is the photofolio, it has forced me to come out of my shell and corroborate with new people and step out of my comfort zone, basically. And interacting with my fellow teammates has taught me to improve my social skills, as well as it has helped me create new friendships along the way, because when discussing about our group assignment, we're not merely just talking about the assignment itself, but we also ask questions about, like, where are you from, why did you choose this course. So in talking about these things, it has helped me improve my social skills, and also at the same time it has helped me form new bonds of friendship with people as well. Moreover, in doing our photofolio, it was actually mandatory for us to take pictures, and I'm not really someone that likes attention, so, and having to take pictures, obviously people will kind of look at you because, you know, you're taking a picture, and it taught me to be braver and also challenge myself to do these things that I was once afraid of. I think challenging myself is important for me to grow as a person and not be afraid on taking on challenges, because instead of having like the mindset of people thinking, why is she taking a picture in the middle of, you know, this situation, it has taught me maybe these people are more so interested in, oh, I wonder why she's taking a picture, you know, things like that. So yeah. Second question that I picked is, how has this new information changed your way of thinking? So the new information that I learned is that certain issues in society may not just be due to the person itself, but rather underlying factors that cause it. So this is kind of similar to the answer that I have above, but I think the major thing that I learned throughout this whole entire class is that I learned to think more about others rather than just myself. So this new information has made me more concerned and empathetic towards others, rather than just simply seeing it as a problem and moving on with my life. I am actively trying to participate and do what I can to give back to the community that I am in. I learned that society is actually a repetition of history that is always ongoing. For example, issues such as poverty and inequality, it's not just happening now, but even since back then during the Industrial Revolution, we see this big economic gap between the people that have money and the people that don't have money, and how the people that don't have money is being oppressed by the people that have money. We can see that now as well, though may not be big discussions about it. Thus, I think it is important for us to find a way to break the cycle for the betterment of our society. In addition to that, seeing things from a wider perspective, not just based on personal problems, but also the way society may indirectly cause certain issues, has also opened my mind and taught me to be more understanding. I learned to listen more to others and not be biased in seeing things as one-sided. For example, when someone is venting to me or telling me their problems, I listen and I understand, but I don't immediately jump to conclusion or judgment. Rather, I also try to listen to the other person's side of the story, and then from then on I can decide, like, okay, what I think is right, what I think is wrong. Another example, rather than blaming the homeless for being lazy and telling them to get a job, there might be underlying causes like poverty, economic factors like lesser job availability, or high cost of living. And looking into these issues, we can learn to help and assist people in order to lessen their problems. The third and final question that I chose, this may be a bit more negative per se, but I think it is also quite interesting. The question is, what disappointed you the most about your experiences? So this experience not necessarily involves me, but rather it's more of my observation about what's happening in our society. So what disappointed me the most in my experience is the fact that the more that I've learned, the more I realized there are many issues in our society that are not being properly addressed and also discussed about. So because of this, it has kind of left me hopeless and somewhat pessimistic, as the more we come up with solutions, new issues will just arise in the society, and it's never ending. There are more issues than there are solutions for us to solve these issues. I don't think equality nor happiness can truly be achieved in society, which I think I'm quoting this right, I hope I'm quoting this right, but from Plato, which he mentioned about creating an ideal state where everyone is living this utopian dream. I don't really think that is possible. Rather, we can try to minimize these ongoing issues in society, and that is what I aim to do by learning this subject and also getting this degree. Moreover, I also want to bring awareness to society about these issues and try to shed light in hopes that maybe the government and even people in general like you and me can act and do something. Also somewhat disappointed when discussing about these social issues amongst IM students, because many were not even aware about these problems, thus further proving how out of touch with reality we actually are and how we are too comfortable in our own bubbles, which I think is a dangerous mindset to have, as it teaches us to be more conceited and also only focus on our own self-preservation, when in reality we live in a society with many different kinds of people. So though these may be the problems, I believe with more awareness we can find ways to overcome them, even if it's just a little bit. That is all for my speech reflection. Thank you for listening, and I will see you all next time.